So for problem 3, we are again comparing integers in a real-world situation. Tammy is riding a bike race that goes through a valley in a nearby mountain range. That sounds familiar. This table gives checkpoints. We are supposed to compare the altitudes of checkpoint 2 and 5. And so if we were to think about this in terms of a number line, let's take a moment and just conceptualize this a little bit. So you likely learned something like this in your regular math class, and I'm just going to run through it briefly. So if we consider a number line, and we consider the value 0. Values to the left are negative, like negative 10, or negative 5. Values to the right are positive, like positive 10, or positive 5. And the further we get away from 0 in any direction, the numbers become bigger, like 10 is bigger than 5. And negative 10 is bigger than negative 5. So as we move to the left from 0, numbers get bigger, and as we move to the right from 0, numbers get bigger. That is a discussion about size. So bigger says this number has a certain size. It is bigger than another number. There's another thing we need to discuss that is not size, but it is instead value. And so value is different than size in that as you move left, value is less. And as you move right, value is greater. So we do get bigger as we move away from 0 in both directions, to the left and to the right. But as we move further to the left, the value becomes less. And as we move further to the right, the value becomes greater. And a simple reminder that this symbol here means less than. This symbol means greater than. And this symbol, of course, is equal. So let's consider these numbers in this problem and kind of just put them on our number line in the general direction that they would be going if we were to plot them on the number line. Well, if we put 1,458 on there, it would be way over here somewhere. Way far to the right. So it's a big number, and it has a greater value. If we were to put negative 94 on here, it is quite a ways to the left of 0. It's a pretty big number, but it has a value that is less. And so we can say that negative 94 is less than 1,458, or we can say 1,458 is greater than negative 94. Usually we read these from left to right, so we would make the statement 1,458 is greater than negative 94, which corresponds with this symbol. And then what is the meaning of the inequality above? This means that checkpoint 2, which is 1,458, is higher than checkpoint 5, which is negative 94. I think that's correct. Or is checkpoint 2 lower than checkpoint 5? Well, no, checkpoint 2 is way high, checkpoint 5 is way low, so checkpoint 2 is higher than checkpoint 5. We'll take a look at the next pair. Negative 176 and negative 125. We're going to have to kind of conceptualize this a little bit with my drawing. I recognize that these numbers are enormous, but if we went to the left from 0, we would run into negative 25 first, because negative 25 is smaller than negative 176. So negative 176 is bigger than negative 125, or sorry, than negative 25. Negative 176 is bigger than negative 25, but its value is less because it is further to the left. So we are going to say that negative 176 is less than negative 25. Let's actually go ahead and make our own number line for that, just really simply, really quick. Let's say we have this number line, that's 0, here's negative 25. Negative 176 would be way over here. And so again, left is less, right is greater. So we can make the statement that negative 176 is less than negative 25. And then what does this mean? Which one of these is higher? Negative 25 is closer to 0, so it is higher than negative 176. So checkpoint 4 is higher than checkpoint 3. These are fairly complicated. Let's take a look at this one. We have the temperature in Fahrenheit in 5 cities at 6 a.m. on the same day. We're going to have the numbers negative, 21, and 19. Let's conceptualize that really quick on a number line. Here's 0. Negative 21 would be over here somewhere. 19 would be over here somewhere. Remembering that right is greater and left is less. We would have negative 21 is very far to the left from 19, so negative 21 is less than 19. So what does this mean? Negative 21 goes with city A, and 19 goes with city E. So city E was warmer than city A. Is that true? 19 is warmer than negative 21? Yes, that is the case. City E was colder than city A? No, 19 is way warmer than negative 21. Next we have to compare these two temperatures, negative 8 and negative 33. We'll throw a quick number line down. You see that negative 8 is farther to the right, so it is greater. Negative 33 is further to the left, so it is less, even though it is bigger. We will see that negative 8 is greater than negative 33. So this means the city with negative 8 is warmer than the city with negative 33. So city B is warmer than city D. City B is not colder than city D, C is warmer. City B is warmer than city D. Correct. Very good. Okay, another one with temperature. I'm going to clear some space on my board here. We are going to see that we have this time comparing negative 17 and negative 3. Negative 17 is much bigger than negative 3, but it is further to the left than negative 3 is. So that's going to mean that negative 17 is less than negative 3. These problems are fairly lengthy and tough. Okay, so remembering left is less, so negative 17 is less than negative 3, which is greater. So negative 17 is less than negative 3 is what we will put in that box. And then negative 17 is colder than negative 3, so city A is colder than city D. That's that one there. Comparing cities B and C, 24 and negative 31, hopefully that one's pretty obvious. One is very positive, the other one is very negative. Negative 31 compared to 24. So negative 31 would be on the left side of 0, that would be less. 24 would be on the right side of 0, that would be greater. So 24 is greater than negative 31. That means that the city with 24, city B, is warmer than city C, but it says city C first. So we got to say city C is colder than city B, because negative 31 is colder than 24. Those are tricky.